So the Arizona Wildcats win tonight, 68-67 against the San Diego State University um, Aztecs. It's another amazing performance, another amazing accomplishment by the U of A Wildcats. Uh, there was so many stats that were in San Diego State's favor that I thought there's no way that the U of A is going to be able to pull out this game. The only thing that I can say is that the Wildcats came back from an amazing. They there was They were losing big time to Florida, and they came back in the last couple minutes, and they came back and won the game. So I don't know. There's this Wildcats team is they just have some extra that's really special. The reason why I was saying that San Diego State was I thought that San Diego State was going to win this game is because they have they had they were beating us on a lot of stats. They had they had more steals than we did. They had 3 steals. We had 1 steal, which is I guess is not big of a difference, but they had 8 blocks and we only had 3 blocks. Um, they beat us. San Diego State beat us on the turnovers. They had 32 turnover, or on the rebounds. San Diego State had 32 rebounds, and we had 29 rebounds. Um, but since I made a boo boo and I veered off on turnovers, we one of the biggest things for our favor, so that we were able to capitalize and win this game. The U of A Wildcats were able to capitalize and win this game was because the Wildcats only had 8 turnovers, and the San Diego State San Diego State Aztecs, they had 15 turnovers. So and if you look at the fouls. Another thing was that they had 3 other guys were in foul trouble. 3 other guys had 4 fouls, and Lyons was the only one, the only Wildcat that he had 4 fouls. And luckily we had Solomon Hill that he didn't get in foul trouble because he was a fighter. I think the reason why the Wildcats kept coming back and kept coming back, were down and kept coming back and were down and kept coming back and were down and kept coming back, is because Solomon Hill, he just had the desire to win this game. He was going to do whatever he could to win this game. Another glaring stat that was in favor of San Diego State was they had 14 assists and we only had 10 assists, and the U of A Wildcats only had 10 assists. I mean, just if you look at all the assists and the steals and the blocks and the turnover, or the assists, the steals, and the blocks, um, and the rebounds, it all points in the direction of the Aztecs. And another thing that was in the Aztecs' favor is they made they were making about 43% of their field goals, and we only made 37% of our field goals. The U of A only made 37% of their field goals. So I really just did not believe that the U of A was going to win this game. Uh, but they did. And another big thing is our 3 pointers were just not falling at all. I mean, we ended up shooting 5 for 20 from 3 point land, which is bet we had a better 3-point percentage than they did. Than the Aztecs had 23% from 3-point land, and we had 25% from 3-point land. But Nick Johnson, ouch, 1 for 6 from 3-point land. Oh my God, that's painful. And Mark Lyons, 1 for 5 from 3-point land. The only one that seemed to have really good, that was really not doing good on the 3-pointers was Kevin Perriman. He had 3 for 5 from 3-point land. And Solomon Hill gave it a try, and he had 0 for 3 from 3-point land. So, the 3-pointers weren't falling for us. The rebounds, we got out rebounded. We got we lost on the assists ratio. But let's see, the overall assist to turnover ratio was not too bad actually. I think if you look at that stat, I had never really looked at that stat. The overall, we had 10 assists and 8 turnovers, so what, less than one. Yeah, less than one. So that's like 0.8%, and they had assist to turnover ratio. Theirs was a little over 1.1%. So I guess if you look at that stat, but you really got to break it down. I don't. It's kind of confusing to me, but maybe that's a stat that I should be looking for in the future, especially in these close games. But you know, unbelievable win. And the free throws, we only made 70% of our free throws, and the San Diego State Aztecs, they were on fire from the 3-point land. They were at one point they were like 8 for 9, but they ended up missing some key free throws right there at the end, and that was one of the things that determined this game, because it was only a 1-point game, only a 1-point victory. Arizona Wildcats 68, San Diego State Aztecs 67.